Hi, I am Misty Winkler from SimplifiedOrganization.com, and today I wanted to show you my daily index card and also my weekly overview checklist that I keep on a clipboard. I have done Hangouts before on my daily index card, but today I wanted to give a shorter and more detailed overview of how I do it to go with my course, where I teach you how to do a daily index card. And this is one thing that I thought would be easier to show rather than write out. So I love to use a daily index card for my to-do list every day, mainly because it's so small. It's a good physical, visual reminder that I can't do everything in a day that I would like to do. So I have 3 sections that I keep, and in each section, only one thing would be good, but I just can't do that. So 1 to 3 things, but only 3 things per section. And I'll talk about that more in a minute, but keeping a minimum on the daily list helps me focus on what really matters today. I could generate a list, checklists galore on all the things I would love to happen every day, but it's more important to focus on the 1 to 3 most important things that need to be done, things that'll matter the most and make the most difference. So that's what goes on the index card. I start off the index card by drawing these lines. It's kind of like a big capital I on the card. And I use the different sections then for different categories of things. At the top, I put the day and the date. And then in this column, I use that one to put in what we need to do for our homeschool day. You might put job or other work, other responsibilities that you have, your main occupation for the day. For me, that's homeschooling. So, I have a separate homeschooling list that has all the things that I would like to be in our homeschooling day and our schedule and that sort of thing. But on the daily list, I have this section here for the 3 most important school things to happen today. And I hope that more will happen in the day, but these are the things that I've identified matter the most today. So those go on the list. Then on this side of the list, this is more home. So up at the top, I might put this one I find easier to limit myself to 1. 1 to 3 of the top most important things that will make a difference in the state of the house and the state of my sanity. So right now it says laundry catch-up there. So I have to fold all the laundry in all the baskets. I've been good about washing and not about folding and putting away. So today I need to get it all done. And that's what it is a lot of the time. But what one thing around the house can I do today that will make the biggest difference in the state of things? And that goes there. Also, any errands that I run in a day go on in that column. And anything that I need to take with me then also goes with that so that I remember, or I'm more likely to remember. When you have to leave the house in a day or have errands to run, then that significantly cuts into the time that you have available to do things in a day. So I always put anything that requires leaving the house on my card to show, that's a significant chunk of my day, especially if I take the kids, because getting in and out of the car is an errand in itself. So leaving the house things go on my card all the time. So like library is on here. I need to remember to return the library books. So I need the library bag. So that goes on the list. Then the bottom column, or the bottom row, is where I put my personal projects, things that I would like to do that day. So like record these videos is on my list for today. And my blogging stuff would go on that part. Then with an index card, you are only using one side, I like blank unruled index cards, so that I can make my own lines like this. And then also you have the back, and you can use this for whatever you need to do, whatever you want to use it for. I like to write a quote or a verse or a motto or something on the back every morning, just to remind myself of whatever I think I need to be reminded of. And the way I keep my card, I don't actually usually see the back throughout the day, but just that physical act of writing it out in the morning helps it stick in my head and memory a little bit better. So anything that I want to remember or memorize, writing it out in the morning by hand, longhand, that goes on the back of my index card for the day. And it's been a good place for it. And I sit down and write then every morning anyway, so I have it all here. I can just do that as part of my morning plan. So then the way I keep my index card right now for reference is I put it on a clipboard. I have a clipboard that I keep my reference lists on. A couple years ago, my sister painted some clipboards for me, so this is my pretty purple one. Just acrylic paints and then Mod Podge over the front. So my pretty clipboard. I have a weekly evaluation or weekly overview chart that's the main page on the clipboard, but this part here is all blank, and that's so that my index card fits right there and takes up that chunk. So that goes there. So then I can carry this around. I reference, it can go into my purse if I'm carrying my big purse, and it can sit, and be propped up and be upright, or I have a writing surface anywhere I go then too. So I like the clipboard. It never gets covered up, so I really like the clipboard. This weekly overview sheet, you have the templates to make your own as part of the course. So if you go to the course, at the bottom of the landing page, you'll see the page to go to that has different versions of the template that you can make your own and customize it however you would like. So this is where the checklists go, the things that should happen every day of the week. So laundry every day is on there. So I have the checklist parts here. Then one habit that I'm working on right now. The health log, like I log my steps and all of that, keep track of that right there. And then the week's goals, the things I want to get to this week, go in this portion. And then these are routines that I'm working on. So I have my morning, just the tasks that I want to go into, my morning routine. Get up, make the kids breakfast, and then start a load of laundry, put away the dishes on the counter, that sort of thing. Morning chores. So I've the morning chores, the steps for an evening review, because working on my evening review habit is my interval habit for this interval. And so these are the steps to go in here that go in my evening review. And then this is the housework, just once a week sort of tasks. And they have the day of the week that I think would be a good day for each one to happen. But it's I see it all week, so if I do 2 in one day, I can cross them all off. So having those things that I want to happen every day of the week on this kind of full sheet instead of on the daily card, keeping them separate, has actually been really good, because things like doing a load of laundry every day, it's a good habit and it really helps. But if it happens 3 or 4 times a week instead of every single day, that's still good. So I can see a checklist here and say, yeah, maybe it didn't happen 6 times, but it happened 4 times. That's pretty good. Instead of it just seeing my list for the day that has half of the things not done. I can instead see those things as a bigger picture of the week and say, well, overall, it's been a pretty solid week. We hit 70%. That's pretty darn good. But the daily card holds the big rocks, the things that this was an important thing to do today. So I try to get the daily card, the 3 things or 9 things. It's not, keep it as small as possible. Those things that'll make the most difference. Get those crossed off. But then the things that would be nice and would be good to make a habit, they go on the weekly chart, and I can see, well, I hit it most of the time, but not every single time. We're still good. So I do also color code my daily list because I like to use colored pens, and because I have, purple means my color, and orange I use for school things, and I use these same colors on my calendar too. So I don't need to then label these categories or anything, because I see this is my school column because it's orange. So I color code them because I like it that way, and I think it's fun that way. It appeals to me. And that is an important thing to remember, is that you make your lists, customize them to your situation. Don't use someone else's straight. You can maybe start off that way, but always feel free to tweak and customize and make it your own. You want it to be something that appeals to you, that you like to look at, that you enjoy doing. So even the little things like using colored pens and color coding it, or you could maybe add a doodle or a sketch or something, as maybe leave a spot on the weekly sheet to make a little doodle that you work on all week or something. Whatever appeals to you, you should do that, because you want this to be something that you enjoy doing. So that is my clipboard and my index card, and I hope that you will enjoy tweaking your own, and you can get your templates and more instructions about the index card and a whole lot more as part of the Simplified Organization e-course, and you can find that at simplifiedorganization.com.